Yo, aka this is Bernard. Oh, wait, take two. No, I messed up. I said aka this is Bernard. Aka, God damn. Yo, this is Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider, aka I shouldn't have said his name.
And this is Samir, the King in Black. What is that intro?
And we are the Angry Blerds podcast. You know that, man. I shouldn't be out here saying people's names. Because I got a psychopath stalking me online.
I hardly call him that stalking yet.
It kind of is, because bro, he DM'd my photography page from two different pages. He followed the podcast page on Instagram. I just put the phone on Do Not Disturb. He followed the podcast page. He followed you. He followed the Twitter, and he followed the TikTok.
I don't know.
Is that not the definition of stalking?
I barely checked my Instagram. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, who this?
I'm like, dude, get a life, okay? I wouldn't have said your name if you was doing the right thing. Should have did like Jaheim and put that woman first. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can find your information online. Hey, guess what? I know you were married. You taking care of your kid? Yeah. But yeah, we're not here to talk about crazy people on the internet. But first things first, we have to give happy belated birthdays to Grief Karga, aka Apollo Creed, aka Chubbs, aka Dylan from Predator.
Oh yeah.
Carl Weathers. I almost forgot his name for a second. I went through all the aliases. I was about to say another one. But yeah, Carl Weathers celebrated his birthday earlier this week. Yeah. And the guy who everyone seems to hate now for some reason, Mufasa, King Jeffrey Jaffa the first.
They hate
James Earl Jones.
What did he do?
People out here calling James Earl Jones a coon.
What did he say?
I can't remember. I'll find the thread and I'll post. I'll send it to you. I'm like, they're just taking something he said out of context because niggas don't read.
Did he say all lives matter or something like that?
No. This is like from an old interview. Don't look at bro. I will send it to you later. But yeah,
I'm checking it out.
I'm just like, oh god. I mean, that's why I hate
how
Twitter
old is
sometimes.
this article?
I think like 5-6 years old at this point. I'm just like, bro, y'all need to read.
It's not even coming up in the news feed. It's like,
yeah, I'm like, come on, people. Reading it's fundamental for a reason,
Right.
Y'all let LeVar Burton down.
Where's Liana? You on the way? Okay.
Wait, what happened?
No, Liana was in the shot, so I told her to wave.
Oh, I didn't see her. But because it's showing up as a square for us, so she'll show up. Yeah. That's why when I was talking to you, I think like 2 weeks ago, you were like this, and I was like, I can't see your face. But so yeah, happy birthday to those two individuals. We can't wait for The Mandalorian season 3 to start. Speaking of which, Samir, what did you think of that trailer?
I definitely did not watch that trailer.
Really? So you didn't see?
Okay, hot tech, y'all. Coming in real fast. So
okay.
I'm over trailers. I said it. I'm over trailers. I used to be that trailer guy. I used to be, you see that trailer? I see the headline that is coming. I am usually preemptive on the news. But trailers don't do it for me. I want to go into a movie blind. I want to be just mystified and just totally taken by surprise and everything. And trailers they just tend to spoil things. I don't need trailers to sell me. I need to know.
This is a TV show, though.
Same thing.
You just said that about movie trailers, so you're over trailers.
Same thing. I just don't need to see trailers first. I need to know what you're doing in production. I need to know who's writing it, who's directing it. I need to know just behind the scenes stuff. If you're on point, if you know what you're doing. Other than that, I don't care. Then I know it's going to be good, and I want you to surprise me. Yeah,
but even then, you just wait till the tomato score comes out. You're like, nah, I'm cool.
There you go. Then you don't know what you're doing then. Like, if you can't reach your audience or the current political climate, wink, wink, then sometimes that might technically constitute a fail. You can't. It's. You have to kind of please both sides of the fence, otherwise you're not going to succeed.
Well, the trailer looks good, and I can't wait for season 3 to drop in. I think it's February or March. It's going to overlap with The Last of Us, which we'll be getting to our review of the first episode of that later on in the episode. But yeah, man, the stakes are definitely a little bit higher in this season, especially with them going to Mandalore and things of that nature. But it's kind of odd to have a one-sided conversation about a trailer when your co-host didn't watch it. So screw that. So I'm just going to go into my news that's near and dear to my heart. Power Rangers. So we got a behind-the-scenes featurette of the 30th anniversary special called Once and Always. So we already knew that Steve Cardenas was coming back, a.k.a. Rocky. He's actually going to be at Past, Present, Future next month. He's going to be at both locations, West Palm and Lauderdale. I'll find the exact dates and post them on the on our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter feeds. But yeah, Catherine Sutherland is coming back as Kat Hillard. David Yost, who hasn't been on Power Rangers since the days of, I want to say, Zeo. It's also coming back. So Billy Cranston is back.
He was in Zeo?
Yes, he wasn't a Ranger, though. He was in the command center.
Oh.
Because if you go back and watch Zeo, they said they only had 5 Zeo crystals. So somebody was going to have to step down, and Tommy was going to step down, but Billy said, I'm good. And Walter Jones, who has appeared, once in a while, but not on screen. He's done like voice work for like villains and stuff like that. So Zach is coming back. And we also got the reveal that Karen Ashley, a.k.a. Aisha Campbell, and Johnny Young Bosch, a.k.a. Adam Park, from obviously Mighty Morphin Zeo Turbo. Well, except for Aisha, she wasn't in Zeo and Turbo. She was just on Mighty Morphin. They are coming back as SPD. I guess they work for SPD. So they're setting up SPD Alpha. No, I'm saying in this special.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
They're part of SPD, and like I already said before, Charlie Kirsch is being introduced in the show. She will be playing Trini's daughter, Min. So I don't.
That's
sweet. They necessarily haven't given any like specifics on what's happening, but Billy has a new rad bug, and something's going to cause Rocky, Kat, Billy, and Zach to morph because they have behind the scenes photos of them, and Jason David Frank did decline this because he was working on the Legend of the White Dragon stuff, but there is going to be.
Oh, so he wasn't originally he was supposed to be a part of it. Okay.
Yeah, but they have a Green Ranger in there, so I don't know what they're going to do as far as that goes. I guess he's just going to show up for the final fight and disappear. Kind of like what they did with the Legendary Battle, how they had like a bunch of Legendary Rangers from like Mighty Morphin and people who didn't come back in there, but they obviously didn't take off their helmets.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for that. And they also showed us a surprise look at the upcoming season of Power Rangers, which is Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So for the first time in 30 years, we will have a Red Ranger female lead for a full season as opposed to like a backstory with like Lauren Sheba from Power Rangers Samurai.
Okay.
So yes, and the suits look cool. From what I've read, this is an original IP. This isn't going to use any Sentai footage, but you never know. But I am tentatively excited about this.
The shows that are the original ones that don't use the Sentai footage, are they? How's their choreography?
What are you talking about? You mean like the out of suit stuff?
No, like out of suit stuff, in suit stuff. Like when it's homegrown.
Most of the. That's the tricky thing. I don't know what stuff that's in suit is actually shot by Nickelodeon or Saban when they had the licensing, and what's Sentai, because now we're at the point where everything is in HD. It's not like you can go back and like watch Power Rangers Turbo and you see them in the cars and you got a bunch of Japanese right in the background because we weren't paying attention to stuff like that as a kid. So I don't know. I mean, I would have to try to find like a compare and contrast, but like a lot of stuff like they still use Sentai footage for like the big fights. Like, so perfect example, the Legendary battle. They used a lot of stuff from the Sentai footage from that. But obviously it's out in an open field, so you really can't see any buildings or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to, discertain what's been shot recently and what's copied and pasted and then dubbed over. So I guess these guys are going to be working like overtime to, because they're going to be actually shooting all of their footage 100%. And so the Once and Always will be dropping on Netflix on April 19th. And we don't have any release date yet for the Cosmic Fury series. But yeah, so Samir, are you going to watch Once and Always?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, that sounded very enthusiastic. Samir, what do you got? Don't talk about Rebel Moon. That's part of my next story.
Oh, you taking Rebel Moon?
It's actually in the article that I posted before the Power Ranger stuff.
Okay. Anyways, so I've been getting over a cold, so I feel like garbage. But other than that, I'm good. And so what is your hot take or opinion on this Suicide Squad thing, this scandal?
What are you talking about? You didn't post that in the chat.
No, I didn't, but it's been all over the internet in the last week. Basically, the menu leaked for this game. Suicide Squad Kills Justice League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no,
so
I didn't know anything about it. So
here's the thing. So here's the problem. So it leaked, and basically it shows that the character select screen. It shows like your party members, squad, loadout, skills, perks. So it looks like Fortnite, like a live service game. And they didn't really tote this game as a live service game. They toted it. They leaned in more towards it being a offline single player experience that's everyone's gonna love, right?
Yes.
Instead, it looks very heavily online multiplayer with like spurts of single player story experience. So it's
kind of like the Division.
Kinda, but and here's the problem: in this screen, everyone had a gun. So Captain Boomerang had a gun. King Shark had a gun. Harley, it wasn't a prop gun; it was a gun. So it's like, why is Deadshot there?
Yeah.
It kind of killed my. Oh, dude, I was so excited for this game, and it's like it killed it in just one fell swoop.
So basically, what you're saying is you have no faith in Warner Brothers games anymore after Arkham Knight.
If you put a gun in King Shark's hand,
Samir, I'm saying because like the last two games, you've kind of swayed away from them. Gotham Knights and now
Gotham Knights was trash.
I mean, not necessarily. It's just 30 frames per second in his loot boxes. I mean, you don't have to play online.
That's a lot of stuff. So how much? Okay, so let me ask you this, Bernard. What percentage of the game should I cut out so I can enjoy it? If you get the 100% of the game is all the stuff, how much should I cut out?
I honestly can't give you that answer because I already told you I haven't started the game yet.
All right. Well, yeah, you got to cut out
a little bit of it, like the opening prologue. But like I said, so far from what I have played, you don't have to play online. You don't have to go fishing for loot. A lot of people like to go fishing for loot, and we
right. But discussion. Then the problem with the game Gotham Knights, we're gonna just retread this a little bit. The gameplay loop is boring and it's bland. You have to go through the day and night cycle. You have to solve crimes. The crimes are boring. You got to go through this whole questing thing. It's also boring. The leveling system isn't fun because you have to level everyone individually. The combat is kind of clunky. It doesn't seem as fluid as the direct comparison is Gotham Knights, and Gotham Knights is way more fluid, and it came out in 2015.
You mean Arkham Knight?
Yeah, Arkham Knight. I'm sorry. Yeah, Arkham Knight came out in 2015, and it's much more fluid. And it's like, as much as you can criticize Arkham Knight for involving the Batmobile in so many puzzles, at least it felt fun to drive around in the Batmobile and quote unquote not kill people. Whereas this, no, the Batcycle sucks. Everyone hates the Batcycle. You cannot find anyone who likes that Batcycle. It's garbage. And the fact that you have to unlock the traversal is lame. Why do you have to unlock the traversal?
Fast travel?
No, I mean the traversal. Like the traversals. The traversal isn't immediately unlocked. Like,
you mean like the hang glider and Jason's soul jumping and all that stuff?
That stuff is not unlocked. It's not unlocked.
Okay, well, I can understand why, because from what I saw in the prologue and what I played, the little bit I did play, the belfry is so out of is not backed up.
Like whatever story implement they have, it doesn't matter. The point is those skills would make the game fun, and they're holding it off because you got to unlock it with some. It's not no. Okay, no. Anyways, going back to the Suicide Squad Kill Justice League, I'm getting the same vibes. Like they said that, we're not going to be Marvel's Avengers, we're not going to be Gotham Knights, and they're Marvel Avengers and they're Gotham Knights. It's like it's all over again. It's like, why are y'all killing the superhero game industry? Like, stop doing it. No one wants that.
Simple because Fortnite pretty much killed the superhero game.
Don't blame Fortnite for this. Don't blame Fortnite for this. This is not Fortnite's fault. Epic did not hold a gun to WB's head and told them to mess up this game. That is not their fault. Okay? Fortnite is Fortnite. All right? Your job was to give us Suicide Squad Kills Justice League, not Fortnite Suicide Squad Kills Justice League. All right? I couldn't say, I kind of got lost there. But the point is, that was your job. It ain't got nothing to do with Fortnite or Epic, whatever they're doing over there, okay? That's them. They're doing their thing, and it's working for them. It ain't working for you. No one's going to like you. No one likes you now, all right? Boo these people, okay?
And apparently that is from a battle pass, so that's not actually part
of it. I forgot about the battle pass. Oh, my, there's a battle pass in there, too. So, yeah, it's just, no. It's a store, too. It's got a store. Okay, another hot take. All right, I'm gonna roll here. No, hot take. I'm tired of customizing pre-existing characters. I don't want to do it no more. All right, I'm tired of it. Generally speaking, superheroes look cool already. I don't need to customize them. Let me just play the game so I can get through. All right, I didn't have that much fun putting on all those suits in Spider-Man. It's like, okay, this suit had this skills, that suit has this skills. He looked cool in all the suits. I didn't have that much of a preference. Okay, all right. I don't want to sit there and choose which hairstyle I want to have for Harley. All right, all hairstyles are good. Just give me an iconic one and let's go. All right, I want an actual licensed artist to develop the character so I can ooh at it and then plays that character, okay? But no, we got freaking Deadshot getting overshadowed by... Why is Deadshot there if King Shark can do what Deadshot does?
I don't know, man.
King Shark can tear steel in half, but he's wasting his time with guns? Like, why? Why? Do they understand these characters?
I mean, I'm pretty sure the battle pass is subjective. I mean, not subjective, but optional. Just like the same way, perfect example. The Last of Us, when it originally came out in 2013.
But that's not the point. That's not the point. It's still a shooter. The game is a shooter.
Yeah, in the battle pass, but not the main story. That's
no, the main story. Look at the cutscene. Remember the cutscene with Flash and cut the boomerang? He had a gun on his back. I don't know why I was so blinded. Yeah, he did. I was so you're right. It got you too. I was so blinded by the prospect of playing this game. I wasn't seeing the writing on the wall. He had a gun on his back. Why can't the boomerang?
Maybe it's a gun that shoots boomerangs. Maybe it's a rifle that shoots boomerangs.
And it's not. It was a regular assault rifle. It was just green. And I'm like, why do you have that Captain Boomerang? What do you do with that gun, Boomerang? Does it shoot boomerang bullets? No, it doesn't.
It might. You don't know.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't. It's a single 3-round burst assault rifle is what it is. All right. Why though? Why do you have that Captain Boomerang? You have a perfectly good boomerang in your hand. Okay.
Maybe he's holding it for Deadshot. Deadshot is in Bloodsport. He can't just pull weapons out of interdimensional space like Felix the Cat.
No. All right, I say we continue to follow this development as it unfolds, and we will shower more hate and criticism and bile at every opportunity.
All righty.
King Shark with a gun. Just know.
Okay. And speaking of things that Samir hates, Avengers is shutting down. So Square Enix made a post on their website. They said, to our amazing community, after 2.5 years of introducing 12 of Earth's mightiest heroes, following update 2.8 on March 31st, 2023, we will no longer add new content or features to Marvel's Avengers. All official support of the game will end on September 30th, 2023. Even after official support ceases on, sorry, I said October, I meant September. After all official support ceases on September 30th, both single player and multiplayer gameplay will continue to be available. See information below. All right. So, Update 2.7, which added the Winter Soldier and Cloning Lab Omega level threat, is the last content to be added to the game. No new cosmetics are coming to the marketplace, and all final balance updates will occur in Update 2.8 in March. Along with the end of development, we will also be turning off the cosmetics marketplace. When Update 2.8 launches on March 31st, 2023, credits will no longer be purchasable, and all remaining credit balance will be converted into in-game resources to aid ongoing adventures. Here's a table with the resources that will be granted based on existing credit balances. I'm obviously going to post that right here. All right. As a show of our appreciation for our community, starting on March 31st, 2023, we will make all the game's marketplace, challenge cards, shipment, cosmetic content available to all players for free. Every single outfit, takedown, emote, and name placed from the marketplace, challenge cards, and shipments will be free for all players from this date onwards if you own a copy of the game. All right. Gifting the full library of marketplace. I'm not done yet. Gifting the full library of marketplace cosmetic content is our way to thank our community by letting everyone know the breadth and depth of content in Marvel's Avengers. We know this is disappointing news, as everyone in our community has so much connection to these characters and their stories. We're so grateful that you came out on this adventure with us. Your excitement for Marvel's Avengers, from your epic photo mode shots to your threads theorizing who our next heroes will be, to your Twitch streams, has played a large part in bringing this game to life. We hope you continue to play and enjoy Marvel's Avengers. We can't thank you enough for your support and being part of our super team, Marvel's Avengers development team. And one of the questions was asked was who made the decision to end support for the game. It said the decision was made in conjunction with our partners that now is the right time to make this change. All right. There's a few more questions, but you guys can look that up on the Avengers website at avengers.crystald.com. All right, go.
So two things about this whole. Excuse me. Yeah. So did you hear about the issue with this? That when they first posted that link, the link was broken.
I didn't have an issue with the link.
I know because they fixed it by the time you got to it. But
oh no, I saw because I had on notifications for the Avengers Twitter page. So like when I posted this in the chat. That was like as soon as I saw it. So I don't know. Maybe it was a mobile thing because I was looking at it on my computer.
All right. Well, yeah, a lot of the links were broken. Like you would click on it, it would go to like a 449 file screen, which is funny because it was like it's ironic that even the link for their shutdown was broken.
Because also, the link is it's a LinkedIn. I mean, not a LinkedIn. What's Linktree?
Yeah.
So it shows like everything.
But the whole thing was broken down. Also, so the idea that everything's free now is like it's kind of a slap in the face to everyone who bought all the stuff too. You know, that's funny.
I mean, that's why I don't buy DLC. Like skins and stuff. Like I'll buy DLC, but I'm not spending money on skins because we've had this conversation before. Once a game gets taken off of a marketplace or anything like that, guess what? All that's gone. That's why I was so very adamant on getting a PS3. So I could play Infamous Festival of Blood, but it looks horrible on a 4K TV. So I'm very tempted to just shell out, $50 and go buy a 32-inch TV.
Ew. Must play on, 32 inches. Just play on a tablet. Like why? 32 inches?
A 32-inch 720 LCD TV. But yeah, I mean. Those. No, they still have them at Best Buy. They still have 32-inch TVs I can get a 19-inch TV at Best Buy at Walmart.
Hey, I'm gonna see if they have them on Amazon.
I just told you that you can get them on Best Buy. It's like, why can't you just believe me?
Just curious.
I swear, he don't listen, people.
Yeah, you can get them.
Oh, for real? Like, I just didn't say that?
They're not expensive. They're like...
I just said they weren't expensive. I said probably under $100.
But I mean, these are like
a 19,
$140, $150.
I think you can get like a 19-inch for like $80 to like $120. But yeah, so I haven't played the game since Bucky dropped, but then again, like I've been barely touching my PlayStation. When I have been touching my PlayStation, I've been playing other things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga Collection or God of War Ragnarok, and I kind of doubled back to Horizon for a bit, and I popped on the VR since now I have full mobility of my wrists. I think I brought that up on the pod. I don't remember, but yeah, I'm back on my VR as well. I got Fruit Ninja, so I'm just and Beat Saber. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't played Avengers in a while, but I will be getting all free skins and everything because I really only want like a few of the comic book skins and like the MCU skins because I do have a few MCU skins they gave away for free like a few months ago. Like they gave away like the Phase 1 stuff. So I have I have Captain America's Avengers suit, Thor's suit from the first Thor. Or is it the Avengers movie? It's slightly different. The briefcase skin from Iron Man 2 and the Mark III from Iron Man 1. But yeah. So, I don't know, man. All good things come to an end, right?
All crappy things come to an end.
Everything ends.
Yeah, especially crappy things.
Shut up. What you got?
Well, let's see. Yeah, so Crunchyroll announced we're getting a new Sailor Moon film called Sailor Moon Cosmos.
Okay,
and they basically announced that. They basically announced it with a character reveal. And yeah, so it's going to basically center around the Sailor Stars in this case. So you're gonna have this film is going to basically feature if you remember the Sailor Stars back in the day, it's going to feature the new Emerson. What are you doing? Come on now. Oh
God, this damn cats, man.
Baby girl, isn't she beautiful, y'all? Okay, so it's going to feature 3 new Sailor Stars, and they're going to make up the 3 light idol group. And this is going to be their theatrical debut sometime between June 9th and June 30th in Japan this year. That's all. It's not much to really tell you about. And they listed the voice actors for these characters. Okay, look, yeah, get down. All right. And there's a brief TV special you can take a look at.
Okay. All right.
I can always use more Sailor Moon. Excuse me. I can always use more Sailor Moon.
You got some water? Drink some water.
I don't know what to do.
I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just advising you. But I haven't watched Sailor Moon since the 90s.
What's that?
So like I said, I haven't watched Sailor Moon since the 90s. So like even when they did like, bro, Sailor Moon was not my go-to for anime. I'm sorry. I was a Power Ranger kids. See, it's the shit I'm talking about. Every single fucking time. Bro, everybody don't gotta like what you like, okay?
Look, people have the right to be lame. I understand. It's a free country.
Hey, there you go again with the fuck shit. But, yeah, I mean, I haven't watched anything Sailor Moon related since the 90s. So I honestly probably won't watch this. But Samir will obviously tell us how it is. Because, you know, he's bigger on the anime side. I'm more on the comic book side and everything. And with that being said, we actually have to give a rest in peace to a comic book artist. His name was Jason Pearson. He did work at DC and Marvel. And actually, he did one of my favorite covers. I think Marvel turned it into a poster, but I didn't have the money when it came out. It was a Deadpool poster from like when Daniel Wade was writing the book back in like 2008. And Carlo Barbari was drawing it. Yeah, no, my iPad started to slide a little bit. It's literally like Spider-Man vaulting off of Deadpool's face. So I'm going to find it and post it here. I just sent you like the first photo I found. It was from eBay, so just look at the chat. But yeah, he passed away at the age of 52. I don't think any cause of death was given. And I didn't want to, dive too deep into it. But yeah, man, 52 is too young to be dying.
Well, it depends on what he died from.
I mean, I mean, we just had a wrestler. I can't remember his name. He just passed away this week. I think he was 38, and it was a car accident.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So accidents happen, so that's unfortunate. But it's not like it's not like it was natural causes. Anyone can get taken out by a car accident, but natural causes doesn't normally happen around that age.
Heart attack.
Oh, oof. Yeah, take care of yourself, y'all. Exercise.
And apparently, he passed away back in December.
Watch the cholesterol.
Yeah. Don't go get a bacon cheese. Don't get the Luther, basically. But yeah, that sucks. What do you have, my friend?
Okay, so let's see. I have.
It's amazing. We've been doing this podcast going on for 3 years. Samir has yet to volley, when it's my turn to tell a story.
All right. So now that we talked about Megan a couple of weeks ago, now we have more news about the sequel because it did so well. They greenlit the sequel, and I'm just waiting for that unrated cut. I want to see the first film unrated too. Just all the blood. But yeah, the sequel will be called.
Okay. So all right. So I'm gonna stop you right there. So I'm letting you know right now with Blumhouse movies, when they say unrated, it's probably like 10 minutes more footage. There's no extra blood or anything. Because I watched the unrated cut of Truth or Dare, Happy Death Day, and those are like two of their biggest PG-13 hits.
Okay, well,
they're just longer.
Even so, I'm excited for the sequel. The sequel will be called Megan 2.0. And it's slated for release in January 2025.
January 17th, 2025.
Yeah. Okay.
Chris actually just went to go see it last night. I told him he sucked. He should have been on with us to review it, but I can't. 2 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. They did announce that Allison Williams and the young lady who plays Katie will be returning.
Good.
Yeah,
they are the ones that pissed off the doll. So yeah, they kind of she need to come back and get them.
Yeah, but it could always end up being in like a Child's Play situation where Bride of Chucky had nothing to do with Andy.
Yeah, but that's also a bad movie. So
I know, but I'm just using that as an example of you can just pivot the franchise into another direction. Speaking of which, Chucky got renewed for a third season. So if you guys haven't checked that out, you can watch that. I think only the first season is on Peacock. So I don't know. You might have to download the Sci-Fi app or something to watch season 2.
Where does Sci-Fi put its stuff on the streaming platform? Does that have its own app or?
I don't know, but every TV network has their own app. You just sign in with like your cable provider or something like that. So like, bro, you can still watch shows on the MTV app and like Freeform and ABC, Fox, blah, 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 blah. You don't necessarily have to go to Hulu, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Like I said, it all just depends on what you're trying to watch. So, it might be on Hulu, but it's probably also on the Sci-Fi app. All right. So, Netflix. Netflix has shown off their 2023 film slate. So, a few of the movies that will be coming back are, not coming back, but have either come out or are coming out. So there's a movie that actually just came out called Doggone. It stars Rob Lowe, Johnny Burchtold, Kimberly Williams Paisley, and Nick Pini. It's about a young man and his beloved dog, and they're separated on the Appalachian Trail. And so he and his father must begin a desperate search to find him before it's too late. And this is based off of a book called Doggone, A Lost Pet's Extraordinary Tale. Oh, sorry. Bro, that is a long-ass title for a book. It's called Doggone, A Lost Pet's Extraordinary Journey in the Family Who Brought Him Home.
Dang, that's like a light novel title.
Yeah. Here's one that Samir might like. It's called Jung-E, and this is a South Korean film. So the synopsis, this actually dropped on Friday the 20th. So the synopsis is in 1924, a civil war among those who survived Earth's catastrophe breaks out. A major heroine Major Jung-E goes into a coma after a serious injury, and her family is forced to donate her brain to the Next Generation Lab. Next Generation Lab uses Jung-E's data to make an AI robot, and using that robot, the lab continues to conduct a war simulation. During the simulation, Sui Young, daughter of Jung-E, participating as the robot research team leader, learns her mother's secret through repeated experiments. All right. One that we actually talked about. I think we didn't. No, we might have talked about it on the podcast. I can't remember. But You People. So I'm very excited for this one. It is written and directed by Kenya Barris, co-written by Jonah Hill. This movie stars Jonah Hill, Lauren London, David Duchovny, Nia Long, Sam J, Elliot Gould, Travis Bennett, Molly Gordon, Rhea Perlman, Dion Cole, Andrea Savage, Mike Epps, Emily Arlook, Lala, Brian Greenberg, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Eddie Murphy, and Andrew Schultz if they didn't cut him out. So basically, this synopsis of this is when a rideshare mix-up in LA brings Ezra Cohen and Amari Muhammad together, the two find themselves connecting over a shared love interest of streetwear and music. As they fall in love, their relationship is tested by their respective families. Ezra's progressive and semi-woke parents, who are played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus and David Duchovny, and Amara's unyielding yet concerned parents, who are played by Eddie Murphy and Nia Long, who inject themselves into their lives mercilessly. So yeah, this is actually Kenya Barris' directorial debut. We got a Bill Russell documentary coming out on February 8th titled Bill Russell Legend. So for those of you who don't know, Bill Russell was a NBA legend and a civil rights icon who recently passed away I believe last month in December. We also have a movie coming out on February 24th. It's called We Have a Ghost that stars Jahil Diallo Winston, Tig Notaro, Erica Ashe, Jennifer Coolidge, and Anthony Mackie, Faith Ford, Niles Finch, Isabella Russo, and Steve Calder. Is directed by Christopher Landon. So it says, finding a ghost named Ernest haunting their new home turns Kevin's family into an overnight social media sensation. But when Kevin and Ernest go rogue and investigate the mystery of Ernest's past, they become a target for the CIA. And this is actually based off of a short story called Ernest by Jeff Manal. All right. One that's near and dear to my heart, Luther, The Fallen Sun. So this is actually based off of the Luther TV series starring Idris Elba.
Interesting. Yes.
So Idris Elba's in this. Obviously, Cynthia Erivo, Andy Serkis, Dermot Crawley. So it says in Luther, The Fallen Sun, an epic continuation of the award-winning television saga reimagined for film, a gruesome serial killer is terrorizing London while the brilliant but disgraced John Luther sits behind bars. Haunted by his failure to capture the cyber psychopath who now taunts him, Luther decides to break out of prison and finish the job by any means necessary. So I'm definitely going to check that one out. One that Samir is definitely going to hate. Man, I forgot I had my smoothie up here. Murder Mystery 2. So Adam Sandler is back.
Was the first one about him? Because I don't remember that movie.
Yeah, that came out. That was like one of the first movies that came out with his Netflix deal. It was The Cobbler, Murder Mystery, The Ridiculous Six, and I believe Hustle. There might be a few more in there, but I don't know. So that will be dropping on March 31st. Extraction 2 will be dropping June 16th. Obviously, this is a sequel which stars Chris Hemsworth coming back as Tyler Rake. So yeah, so it basically says after barely surviving the events of the first movie, Rake is back, and Rake is back as the Australian Black Ops mercenary, tasked with another deadly mission: rescuing the battered family of a ruthless Gregorian gangster from the prison where they are being held. And apparently, I did not know Extraction was based off of novels. It's based off the graphic novel Q-Dad by Ande Parks. So, yeah, Joe Russo was actually the writer on this. I did not know the Russos produced Extraction. They cloned Tyrone. Yeah, so this one, huh?
No, I'm saying I'm surprised you didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, Well, I probably didn't pay attention to the credits, or I forgot. But yeah, they cloned Tyrone. So basically, this one is a sci-fi thriller. It says a eerie series of events thrust an unlikely trio of John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, and Teyonah Parris into a trail of nefarious government conspiracy and this pulpy mystery caper. So yeah, this is directed by Joel Taylor, also written by Joel Taylor and Tony Rittermeyer. So we might be reviewing that depending on the reviews, because Samir does not watch rotten movies. Gal Gadot also has a movie coming out in August. It's called Heart of Stone. So Rachel Stone is an intelligence operative, the only woman who stands between her powerful global peacekeeping organization and the loss of its most vulnerable, desperate,
I want to see this movie because I want to see if she can play something other than sexy foreign lady.
Well, I'm actually going to check this out because Greg Rucka, who is one of my favorite comic book writers,
is
one
good.
of the co-writers on it. Yes.
It's funny, but did you read Lazarus?
I told you I didn't read Lazarus.
Yeah, no.
I don't read every single book, Samir. I already have too many comic books to read. Even back then when that came out, a decade ago, I was already reading too many comic books. Last thing I want to do is overexert myself. I already have 600 plus books.
Lazarus needs a TV adaptation.
I mean, it's kind of tricky to do TV adaptations for comic book series unless it's animated.
Lazarus is such a grounded but really cool premise.
I get that. But what I was trying to say was I don't read every single book that my top 10 list of writers releases. Bro, Bender's got a book out called Pearl about a tattoo artist who's actually a Yakuza assassin. I don't read that. I
actually want to read that. That looks so good.
Well, it's on volume 3 now.
Yeah, I want to read that.
I don't read Scarlet. I mean, Dan Slott usually only writes 1 or 2 books at a time. Right now, I think the only thing he's writing is Spider-Man. Jeff Johns is only writing JSA. All right. So here's another movie. This one is called Damsel. This will be dropping on October 30th. It says a dutiful damsel agrees to marry. Okay. All right. So a dutiful damsel agrees to marry a handsome prince, only to find the royal family has recruited her as a sacrifice to repay an ancient debt. Thrown into a cave with a fire-breathing dragon, she must rely on her wits to survive. And this is directed by Juan Carlos Fernandezio, written by Dan Mazua, and it stars Millie. I didn't even realize that was Millie Bobby Brown holding that sword. So yeah, Millie Bobby Brown, Angela Bassett, Robin Wright, Ray Winstone, Nick Robinson, Brooke Carter, and Shanoa. I don't want to say that last name because I already know I'm going to butcher it. Akadashalu. See, the look on your face is the reason why I didn't want to say it. Because you look like, what the hell did you just say?
Although very handsome, my face is inconsequential. All right? Don't worry about it.
They can see you, Samir.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. Although very handsome, my face is inconsequential. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about my face.
Yeah. The Obamas are actually producing a movie with Netflix. It's called Leave the World Behind, and that drops on December 8th. So the synopsis is, a family vacation on Long Island is interrupted by 2 strangers bearing news of a mysterious blackout. As the threat grows more imminent, both families must decide how to survive the potential crisis, all while grappling with their own place in this collapsing world. And so this is actually based on a novel titled Leave the World Behind by Rumaan Allman, and it's directed and written by Sam Sale. They did not reveal who's in the cast, and we got Rebel Moon, which will be dropping December 23rd. So we've talked about this several times. This is Zack Snyder's second film after the Snyderverse implosion? Because I don't think he directed Army of Thieves, so he did Army of the Dead in this.
Yeah, that's right.
So basically, synopsis of this is, when a peaceful colony on the edge of the galaxy finds itself threatened by the armies of a tyrannical regent Balsirius, they dispatch a young woman with a mysterious past named Cora to seek out warriors from neighboring planets to help them make a stand. So directed by Snack Snyder.
So it's Seven Samurai.
Yes, in space. So written by Zack Snyder, Kurt Johnstad.
So you'll probably hate it, right?
Shay Hatton. Bro, I don't hate everything that's an adaptation of Seven Samurai. Stop pushing that narrative, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. You were pushing that narrative pretty hard when you talked about James Cameron's Avatar. It's just Dances with Wolves in space.
I didn't say Dances with Wolves. I said Fern Gully.
Point is that you said it. So clearly, it's a bad thing, right? That's what you're implying.
No, I just didn't like the first Avatar.
But you couldn't figure a good reason to not like it, so you had to, throw that reason out there.
No, I just thought it was bland and very predictable.
Oh, okay. So then Rebel Moon's gonna be pretty predictable because you've seen the story before, right?
I mean, I haven't watched any adaptation of Seven Samurai since possibly A Bug's Life.
They're out there. There's a lot of them.
I know they're out there, but I haven't seen any. But yeah, so this film will be starring Sophia Boutella, John Malhansu, Ed Skrein.
Ooh, I always think more Sophia Boutella.
I knew you were going to say that. It's nice to see Ed Skrein working. I don't think I've seen him in anything since the first Deadpool movie. Mikhail Hassan. Oh yeah, he was in Alita. All right, I forgot. Sorry, damn, you don't look at me like that. Bae Duna, Ray Fisher, Charlie Hunnam, and Anthony Hopkins. Also, Carrie Hewlett, Corey Stoll, Jenna Malone, Fra-Fee, Cleopatra Coleman. It's nice to see her again. Alfonso Herrera, Stuart Martin, Staz Nair. Hey, Staz, he was in Supergirl. He was in season, I want to say 5. He was the Indian reporter who Lex killed. Goddamn cats. Sky Yang, Rian Reese, E. Duffy, and Charlotte Maggie. But yeah, and there's also a few other movies that they have announced, but they don't have release dates. So there's a movie called Chupa, Kill Boksoon. This is a South Korean drama. Happiness for Beginners, Perfect Fine, Love at First Sight, Nyad, Spaceman, which is an Adam Sandler movie that's announced for fall. Obviously, we're getting the Archies, which is that Indian adaptation of the Archies. I mean, best Christmas ever. We're getting a new Chicken Run movie. Choose Love, to Keep His Breath, Maestro, Monkey Man, The Monkey King, Nimona, that we obviously talked about last week, Players, The Outlaws, Reptile, Rustin,
Shirley. Reptile. Just Reptile?
I can give you the synopsis of it real quick. So it said, following the brutal murder of a young real estate agent, a hardened detective attempts to uncover the truth in a case where nothing is as it seems, and by doing so dismantles the illusions of its own life. So this stars Benicio del Toro, Justin Timberlake, Eric Bogosan, Alicia Silverstone, Dominic Lamberdozzi, Francis Fisher, Atto Isadona, Michael Carmen Pitt, Carl Klussman, and Matilda Lutz.
Okay.
We also got a Wes Anderson Roald Dahl film coming out. It's based off a bunch of short stories, including the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. And we also have a movie coming out called Victim Suspect. But yeah, I mean, that's everything Netflix has coming out this year.
Oh, Matilda Lutz. Okay, she was in Revenge in 2017.
The show Revenge?
No, the movie Revenge in 2017. It's a revenge movie. Really good. Oh. If you haven't watched Revenge, go watch it.
Okay, well, y'all heard from Samir.
All right, Emerson, you're not sitting still. You have to go down to the floor.
Yeah, get the cat out of here. What you got?
All right, let's see. I was distracted by Cuteness. All right, let's talk about the bittersweet news that Mark Hamill is done doing the Joker.
So we're just stealing stories again.
What? No? Who said anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I understand. So you're going to go a little bit more into that, or are you just going to just say that?
No, well, with the passing of Kevin Conroy, he doesn't want to do the role anymore. That's all. Just what are your thoughts on that?
Like I said, I understand, but if you're gonna bring that up, you can at least actually read the goddamn quote that's in the fucking post that I sent. So he said he was talking in regards to Warner Brothers as a whole, not just Warner Brothers games. He said they will call me and say, "Do you want to do the Joker?" And my only question was, "Is Kevin Batman?" If they said yes, he would say, "I'm in." He said we were like partners. We were like Laurel and Hardy, and without Kevin there doesn't seem to be a Batman for me. And I get it, man. These guys have been Batman and the Joker since we were children. When the hell did Batman the animated series debut?
1991. 91, 92. Yeah, how many seasons was that show?
1992. Yeah, I did. It's okay. So this is where it gets tricky. So Batman, the animated series, was 2 seasons. And then they did the Adventures of Batman and Robin, which was 1 season. And then you had the new Batman Adventures, which was 1 season. So all in all, it was, I want to say, 5 seasons.
But he was wasn't Kevin Conroy also Batman in Justice League?
He was. And Mark Hamill returned to be the Joker in Justice League.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
they did a whole, when Justice League first came out, they only did either 2-part or 3-part episodes. And it was the episode where Joker basically had bombs all over Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recently rewatched all that before he passed, so I'm like, God damn. I mean, that like, I don't get geeked out like when I meet people at conventions, but I got geeked out when I met him. And it was him and like the first time I met Jason David Frank. But yeah. All right. So I am gonna go with my next story. Like we said before, all things must come to an end. And even Netflix has announced, that's why I said all things. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Everything ends. All right. And so Netflix has decided that season 6 will indeed be the last season of Cobra Kai. So they actually put out a statement basically as a banner for the All Valley tournament. So they said, "Paradise at last, we made it," and that's a quote from Lucille Russo, who is Daniel LaRusso's mom. When that's actually a quote from the first movie when they moved to Reseda. So, all right. So this is written by Josh Held, John Hurwitz, and Hayden Schlossberg, who are all showrunners on the series. So they said, when Daniel LaRusso arrived in the Valley with his mother in 1984, little did he know his life was about to be changed forever. The same went for 3 young kids from Jersey who hadn't met one another. Daniel's journey from bully teen to underdog hero became an inedible part of our childhoods and something that we will always carry with us in our hearts. Reacquainting with the world of the Karate Kid universe has been our humble honor. Making Cobra Kai has allowed us to join the same hallowed dojo once inhabited by the great Robert Mark Kamen, John Avildsen, Jerry Weintraub, and the amazing original cast members. It has also enabled us to play Sensei, expanding the original storylines and birthing a new generation of underdogs we've once never taken the opportunity for granted. Our day one goal with Cobra Kai has always been to end it on our terms, leaving the Valley in the time and place we've always imagined. So it is with immense pride and thankfulness that we are able to announce that achievement. The upcoming season 6 will mark the conclusion of Cobra Kai. While this may be bittersweet for the fandom, the Miyagi-verse has never been stronger. This fandom is the best on the planet, and we hope to be telling more Karate Kid stories with you down the line because we all know Cobra Kai never dies. In the meantime, strap in for the biggest season of Cobra Kai yet, and let today be a celebration of all that's to come, as well as what's left to be told. We couldn't do it without you. We made it first. We made it. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. Okay, so this show was the only reason why I got YouTube Red. I didn't care about Impulse or any other thing.
Hey, I like Impulse. I wish they would bring it back.
It got canceled after 1 season. Get over it. So when YouTube Red or YouTube or Google, whoever you want to call it, decided to cancel the show, I was like, okay, I got no reason to go. I canceled my YouTube Red. I'm like, great. So we don't know what's going to happen after this. But then lo and behold, Netflix resurrected Cobra Kai and kept it going for an additional 4 more seasons. And every season has been better than the last, consistently. So, like I said, Samir, I don't know what the hell's taking you so long. You need to watch Cobra Kai. It's roughly 12 to 13 episodes a season.
Well, maybe I'll get my wife into it.
I mean, the same way she's trying to get you to watch Doctor Who.
She's not forcing Doctor Who on me.
But I keep telling you, you need to give it a shot. But yeah, I mean, this was bittersweet news to me. I actually got a little choked up And then once I got my bearings together, I had two thoughts come across my mind. Although it's a different universe, do you think Jaden Smith is going to show up in this season? And do you think Hilary Swank is going to show up?
Okay, Jaden Smith might be too busy and too famous, but Hilary Swank, she probably got time.
Okay. But, yeah, I cannot wait. Hopefully we get a few more episodes than the usual 10 to 12. Maybe we can milk this into a season 6A, season 6B situation.
Or they can wrap it up in 13 episodes and make it easy for them to digest.
No. I mean, go on a 2-month break. Stranger Things did it. Ozark did it. It's like, I feel like they, because season 5 ended on a cliffhanger. Like, Kreese broke out of prison. They're not just doing the All Valley tournament now. They're doing a world tournament. Those are two arcs that I feel like you can't really wrap that up in 13 episodes. But then again, this could just be me being a stan for Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I don't want it to end. But like we said, all things must come to an end. Talk to me.
Okay, so there will be a Armor Core 1 hour special presentation.
Yeah, you posted that in the chat, and I said, why? We haven't played Armor Core since like the PS2.
You know why, Bernard? Because this wouldn't be a very interesting podcast if we talk about the stuff that just interests us. All right? Stay informed.
Primarily
Stay informed. I said this last week. Get right. Stay informed. All right, boy?
Don't call me boy.
Keep telling you.
You had some racist indentation in that tone.
Look, grow a beard, and then I can, you can come up here and sit with the men. How about that? All right?
How about I just come kick you in the face instead?
I mean, can you get past the beard? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to action hank you.
You might have to what?
Action hank.
What the hell is that?
You don't remember Action Hank from Dexter's Lab?
I didn't watch Dexter's Laboratory. How many times do I have to tell you? I didn't have cable in the late 90s. Good grief. You keep on bringing up that era of Cartoon Network.
Everyone, boo this man. Boo this man, everyone.
I'm not putting the sound effect there for you because I keep telling you stuff and you don't listen. I didn't watch Dexter's Lab. I didn't watch Count Chicken. I didn't watch Eddie. I didn't watch Powerpuff Girls. What else was on Cartoon Network in like the late 90s, 2000s?
Courage.
I didn't watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. What else?
Oh my God! You just
what else?
Taking all these L's.
What else?
Why?
I had a PS1 then, bro. I was playing Metal Gear Solid, trying to figure out how to beat Psycho Mantis.
It's giving Ben Shapiro admitting he can't get his wife wet. That's what it sounds like.
Wow.
Anyways, so there's an Armor Core 6. I'm sorry, Armor Core 6 presentation that's going to take place on February 3rd, which is pretty quick. It's right in the corner, about a week and a half from here, and this will be a 1 hour presentation, and it should give us a glimpse at the gameplay, the structure of the game. The gameplay loop, everything. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like.
Yeah, it's from it's going to be shown at the Taipei Game Show.
Yeah, so excited.
No, he's not. He ain't play Armor Core forever in a damn day.
I can play now. See, it's called being flexible, Bernard. It's called wanting to try new things. All right, not sitting in the corner eating chicken nuggets because that's all they want to eat. Bernard.
Bro, you've been on this podcast eating chicken nuggets. I have never eaten chicken nuggets on this podcast.
Bernard doesn't like new things.
I do like new things. And, it's not necessarily new, but it's coming back. So we got a teaser trailer for season 2 of Invincible, which, it's good and all, but can I get a release date? Because all they told us it was late 2023. It's just, Alan and Mark just in Bergamar, and they're just talking about, what's been going on. They're just like, been doing a little bit of animation, some voice work, blah, 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 blah. And Alan's like, this burger is probably one of the best burgers I've ever had in the galaxy. Yes, there are burgers in space. But yeah, so all we got was, hey, guys, it's coming. So it wasn't a feature or anything. It was just literally like a teaser trailer saying, be patient, it's coming. will be back soon. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean,
or did you not watch it because you don't watch trailers anymore?
Well, this one was pretty meta, and they didn't really give you anything away. But yeah, I'm excited.
All right. You got one more story before we talk about Velma and The Last of Us?
I was about to ask about that actually.
You can talk about James Cameron saying don't watch movies on your phone.
I've never done that. I don't know what people do.
Sometimes people aren't like home and they want to watch something. It's like the same way we watch videos on YouTube on our phone. Like I have actually watched several like TV shows, like when I'm on lunch or something, like if I didn't have my iPad with me, like I watched like the first 2 episodes of Velma on my phone when they dropped last week.
Right.
Because I forgot.
Well, since we're on the subject, let's go ahead and get an update on the gross.
We don't need an update on the gross.
We don't need
talk about what's happening with the third one. No one cares about the gross anymore. It's still on track to be number 1.
So, in addition to the gross, we'll talk about the third one as well. But so yeah, it's sitting at 9. Okay, yeah. So it's encroaching on $2 billion. It's at 1.95. So we're getting there. But yeah, so he did give a snippet on
James Cameron no more on this damn podcast.
He did give a snippet. I'll do it. So
no, I'm saying I will cut the segment out.
All right, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna give you more.
No, it won't.
Yeah, it will.
No, it won't.
I keep inserting them all through it. Try me. I'll do it even harder.
You need help. Go on with your dumb ass. Saying, hey, get off your ass and go to the movies just so you can sit up on your ass and watch my movie.
So they're going to shift focus for the sequels. So instead of Jake being the narrator that he's as in the first and second one, his son Leok, I'm saying that correctly, will take over that role. He'll probably pull the plot centered to him instead of Jake. So Jake will bleed back into the background, which is good news.
Just kill Jake because Sam Worthington sucks as an actor. We already said that. We've said that multiple times on this podcast.
Good enough, and he's good enough in these films, so he's okay.
But he sucks in everything else.
I digress.
But he sucks in everything else, right?
At this point, the movie will cease to be a white savior movie. We pull the white guy out of it, and hopefully that'll hopefully solve one of the franchise's biggest sins.
Like I said, I don't care about the franchise. The first one didn't grab me, so I was just like, I don't give 2 shits about these blue people or whatever natural resources are being hoarded from them.
I mean, that sounds kind of lame. But Bedard needs his drama and his relationship intrigue. He needs to know who's sleeping with who and who's losing what job. He needs his mundane day-to-day stuff. All right, otherwise he gets uncomfortable.
Bro, watch Riverdale. They got superpowers and shit. What are you talking about?
Bah, space opera. Don't like. Bah, sorcery. Don't like. Ooh,
space opera.
Give me more.
Space opera. Space opera. Space opera.
Okay. Just so you know, your feed cut out because of your connection, and I can't see a damn thing you're doing.
I held up the Star Wars Complete Saga box set, you dick.
Yeah, Star Wars. That's easy. Low-hanging fruit.
With episodes 1 through 6. Still, space opera, nevertheless. But now, is it back? Can you see me?
Yeah. I can see her.
So let's talk about Velma.
Yeah, let's talk about Velma. All right.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
I like the show. Everyone hates it. Everyone's saying Mindy Kaling is beating a dead horse with a stick because it is basically every single role that she has played before, with her being an Indian person attracted to a white man, which is very parallel to her real life.
But she's not just attracted to a white man. What are you talking about? I'm talking about not Mindy Kaling, but Velma the character.
Velma, yeah. But she, when the show started, she was interested in Fred. Hell, she's still interested in Fred. Did you not watch the last 2 episodes?
She could be interested in multiple people.
I know that, but she's not really showing any interest.
I'm getting sick of people ripping on her about that. So if the lady has a preference, let go there. It's none of one's business who she wants to spend her time with. I don't understand the problem.
No, I'm not talking about her personal life. I'm talking about literally every character she's played since The Office.
Okay,
like the Mindy Project. That's what I've read like a big old like slam piece on her. I don't
even know a lot of slam pieces have come out recently, and I'm a person in a multiracial relationship, so I can't talk, I guess, but I don't see the big deal.
Yeah, Dr. Umar just looking at you in the corner, just very angry, just squinting, just.
I mean, let me see if I can get her in a shot. Liana, where you at? Hey, wait, Liana. Okay, wait. Yeah, so, I don't know. Like I said, I'm the wrong person to ask. Sorry.
Yeah, just don't ask Dr. Umar because Samira would get like 5,000 lashes.
Wow, a freaking weirdo. Anyways, back to Velma. So they obviously diversified the cast. Daphne, although redheaded, is also Asian. Who's supposed to, what's the voice cast? Let's go. Yeah, she is.
Constance Wu is the voice of Daphne.
So they're basically on track. They're paralleling the act. So yeah, so Constance Wu is the voice actor. So yeah, Daphne is definitely. Yeah, she is. She actually talks about it. They talk about it a lot. Why do you think she kept saying Daphne? That's white people shit. Because she's not white.
I don't know. She looks white to me.
It's hard to portray Asian characters in some art styles, but you can tell by they emphasize her eyes in this particular property. And her moms are adoptive.
Yes,
thank you, baby.
Moms are adoptive.
Yes.
All right.
Also, okay, hang on. Wanda Sykes and who's the other lady?
I'll tell you in 1 second.
Those two had me rolling, actually.
I think is Yvonne Orji.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, no, Nicole Byer. No, that's Shaggy's mom. I don't know.
Those two had me rolling. Honestly, they were half the fun.
It's Fortune Feimster. She's a comedian. Okay, she's a big curly.
And she's also, I think she's also queer, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, they're part of the trend in Hollywood and in other production platforms that basically playing. People are playing their counterparts. So essentially, queer characters are played by queer people, and people of certain colors are played by certain people of that color. So
because Hollywood has finally decided after who knows how many fucking years to be super progressive.
I mean, yeah,
ain't no more blackface over here, baby.
I think it works, and I'm all for it. So with that being said,
it work. I just said ain't no more blackface over here, or white people doing the voice of black characters.
Yeah. So with that being said,
this show is the third most hated show on IMDb.
It's getting review bombed, and it's not fair, to be honest. The show isn't that bad. It has its faults. It's wonky in some regards, but it's not that bad.
Last I checked, it was a 6 on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's a miracle that Samira's still watching this.
No, that's the audience. I've said time and time again, I do not listen to audience.
It's rotten from the critics' perspective as well.
No, the critic score is at 52.
That's still rotten.
It is, but it's not a 6.
Okay, yes, it's not 6, but it's still rotten. So, like I said, it's still a miracle that Samira's watching this.
It's not a miracle.
Yeah, because you don't.
Anyways, stop cutting me off. All right.
Yeah, now you know how I feel, don't you?
What was I saying? You lost my dang train of thought. Yeah. Okay. So the show has its faults, but it does handle a lot of things well. I think it does a lot of. I think the pacing and the tone of the show is so kinetic. And the physical humor is off the wall. Honestly, I enjoyed a lot of parts of that. I do have an issue with the portrayal of some of the iconic cast members, i.e., Fred Jones, for instance.
Yeah, Fred was really my only issue. Really, they made him a late bloomer.
They did him so dirty, but it was funny. Like I was still laughing while they did it. Actually, my least favorite character is Shaggy. Actually, he just doesn't fit in.
That's the other thing I want to talk about. So, people, I guess, got screenshots last week of like episodes 3 and 4, and they're like, "Oh, so now Shaggy's dating the female equivalent of Scooby." That girl's name ain't even Scooby or anything related to Scooby. What was her name again? What was her name? Help me out.
I'm trying to play. I've watched the episodes.
Good grief. I can't remember.
You talking about first two.
Oh, bro, I was talking about everything. Good grief. Gigi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Gigi played by Yvonne Orji.
Yes, from Insecure. You know, that show Samir didn't watch because he don't like black women.
I mean, I don't like standard dramas. How about that?
That show is not a standard drama.
I don't know. What's the angle?
It's a sitcom.
Yeah. Okay, it's a sitcom, right? With relatable, awkward social interactions, right? Very, very, very interesting. Wow, I'll stop watching my fantasy epic to go to that. Yes, please. Great. I'll stop binging Game of Thrones to go watch that. I'll do that. Oh, I'll stop.
Samir?
I'll stop catching up on Star Trek Picard to go watch that, because who needs intergalactic politics when I got awkward social interactions? You know. With that being said, real talk, I got no beef with Insecure. I just haven't gotten on to watch it.
Because you just seem like you just shitted on Issa Rae's baby.
I took a dump on a lot of your shows, sir. Okay, because you have a type. Okay,
I don't have a type. I watch a little bit of everything.
You have a type.
Once again, I watch a little bit of everything, but agree to disagree.
You have a type. Yeah, no, you have a type.
Hey man, like Ray Schmummer said, I ain't got no type. But
my guy. Okay, pause. So Bernard, he has a lot of shows he loves. He loves TV. All right, our boy Bernard loves TV. Right. I often catch him either rewatching or one to rewatch a bunch of look, Suits. Love Suits. Okay.
Samir, I'm not rewatching Suits. What the hell are you talking about?
You bring it up a lot though. You like Suits.
Yes, I like Suits, and I like Suits before everyone knew who Meghan Markle was.
Okay, we're moving on.
But okay, so
you love Psych. You love Psych.
Samir. You want to know the only reason why I started to rewatch Psych? Because the movie came out, and guess what? I'm still on season 1. Hell, I'll even tell you what episode I'm on season 1. I have not gone back to Psych since.
Look, I'm not talking about the frequency in which you watch the show. Just talking about the fact you love the shows. Do you love Psych?
Oh yes, but you just literally started with.
We're moving on.
No, because you started with the simple fact of me rewatching these shows.
You're not on trial, all right?
You started with the fact of me rewatching these shows.
Yo, calm down. Put your deuce down. We're not. Oh my god. Anyways, my point is, I think the most I would say Lucifer might be your strangest show in recent years that you watch religiously.
Stranger Things?
Everyone watches that show. That's a wow. Yeah.
That it still counts.
I mean, I guess, but everyone and mother watches that show. Doesn't I don't know if that gives you points though. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, Teen Wolf is supernatural. The Boys and The Boys.
Everyone watches that show.
No, everyone doesn't watch The Boys. Bro, I just had to get Jared to watch The Boys. Jared had no interest in The Boys. He's watching it now.
Jared!
Don't talk about my friend. Watch your fucking mouth. Keep my friend's name out your mouth.
I'm just saying, Jared, you got to push this on and do a lot of stuff. I'm just saying.
Not really.
I don't know. Why didn't he want to watch The Boys?
Jared doesn't like dialogue-heavy action series.
It's not the dialogue. It's like something happening every day. The Boys is so goddamn. Dude, The Boys is so balls to the wall. All this, dude, that show doesn't stop.
Oh, and another supernatural show I watched, Grimm. That's a police procedural with supernatural.
There you go. You get points for that because that's not even that popular either.
Well, Grimm was very popular. Then NBC decided to cancel it after 6 seasons
because it wasn't that popular.
Well, no, because the ratings dropped because they decided to move it to I can't remember what day it was. But they basically put it on like the death mark, and it's like no one's gonna watch that show. I think it was like a Friday or something like that. It's like, bro, most people are out on Friday nights. It's like, I mean, the Friday night death slot really isn't a thing anymore because of DVRs and whatnot. But still, it's like don't put a show on Friday or Sunday nights.
All right. Anyways, we're getting off subject. Velma. What were we talking about? Okay. Anyways,
I like the show, and I don't care what these 7,000. How many fucktards were 7,987 people on Rotten Tomatoes decided to review bomb this. They said, no Scooby-Doo. What the hell were you thinking? This is just another cheap knockoff of a great show. Stop ruining my childhood. Yo, fuck your childhood.
That's the problem. It's like, F your child. It's not your childhood. We're not here to placate to your nostalgia. Let them.
Here's another one. Here's another one. It's like, this is why I hate Rotten Tomatoes. They really need to like. I mean, I get that you can verify people, but they need to have like a picture, and it can't be a cat. Bro, this person's name is Ghost Zero, half a star. Absolutely ruined a classic franchise. Do not watch. Someone said, nearly took me an hour and a half to get through the first episode. Not only does it take everything that made the original Scooby-Doo endearing and throws it into the incinerator, but it also straight up plays into the classic tropes by being meta about them and managed to offend anyone in the first 5 minutes of the show. If you think about watching it, do not just go to Mystery Incorporated instead. It does a much better job at being
but how long did Mystery Incorporated last?
I think it was like 4 seasons.
Was it? I remember it being
Scooby-Doo, Bop, and Scooby. 2 seasons, but it was 52 episodes.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. 2 seasons, I haven't seen it very long, in my opinion. Like, why did they go longer?
I don't know. It was Cartoon Network, so maybe they just decided to end it. It doesn't say why it ended.
Anyways, I mean, like I said, I think the tried and true model that Mystery Incorporated did so well, we got that. Go watch Mystery Incorporated. We didn't need this again. And this is funny coming from me because I do tend to like loyal adaptation. At the same time,
yes, you do.
I see every decision why they made. I see a reason behind most of these decisions. You know, now the Shaggy Scooby issue. It still has yet to reveal itself, but I'm willing to wait around to see what goes with that. And again,
you have to also remember this is a reboot or a reimagining of a classic franchise. So
yeah, it's also reimagining.
Yes, these people weren't necessarily friends. Hell, I think they even touched on in the first movie, like how they first all got together. And she's telling the story of how they first all got together in this series. So, like, if you watch the first episode, it's literally like flashbacks where she says, let me tell you, like, my story. This is Velma. It's not Scooby-Doo. Hell, you know what? Comic book. Reimagining of Scooby-Doo. Scooby Apocalypse is Scooby-Doo meets The Walking Dead. Scooby has a cybernetic implant, and Velma is the one responsible for the, it's not zombies necessarily, but it's like a nanobot outbreak. Yeah. It's a very good book.
Is she dwarf also a little
yes.
person? What's the PC for little person, right?
Yes, little person.
Yeah. Yeah. So they even mixed it up with that. And that book was cool as hell. On read
you didn't even read it. You shut up.
I said the first 2 issues, but I do want to finish it because it is good. Because
it's like 38 issues, and you still haven't finished. That book ended like 4 years ago.
Yeah, it did. Look here.
He ain't never gonna finish it. People. He started Invincible. He started Invincible like 5 years ago.
Look, that book got to me. All right, I'll get up all the praises because that book got to me. I couldn't finish it because I got emotionally traumatized. All right, so leave me alone. Okay.
Okay. Quick question: did you get to the rape?
Of which one?
What do you mean of which one? Only one person got raped in that book.
I'm trying to remember if I did or not. I got to Devil Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Spoiler.
Devil Dinosaurs. Marvel. Dinosaurs and what he did.
No, Red Dinosaur. The dinosaur guy.
His name is Dinosaurus. You said Devil Dinosaur, and I'm telling you the right name.
Right, whatever.
It's Dinosaurus.
When he did the thing. Yeah, I couldn't handle that thing. All right.
It's amazing. Samir can disassociate himself from stuff. Like, I just reread that book like 2 years ago and finished it in like 2 months. I read all 130 something issues in the Invincible universe. Special.
I'm at the end. I think I have like 20 to 30 issues left.
Nah, homie.
Yeah, I do. I'll try to find the angle because I have all the issues.
Bro, you got like maybe 40.
That's not that bad.
You maybe got like 40 or 50 because you got like
it ain't 50
or no, because you got like maybe like 4 or 5 more arcs because you got Reboot. I can't remember all of them, but Reboot is one that's like almost 10 issues. But yeah. So, guys, you can watch Velma on HBO Max. It looks like they're dropping 2 episodes a week on Thursday.
I will say this one thing, though. The one mistake they do have is it is a little hard to discern who this show is for.
It's for adults. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's for
adults.
What kind of adults? But in any case, I think the show is a little more interesting.
It's not for the Proud Boys. That much we can say.
Oh, that's much for sure. Yeah, you have an issue with diversity. don't watch the show. If you have a problem with seeing black people do black or people POCs do anything important, don't watch the show. If it bothers you that they're encroaching on space that you perceive as yours, don't watch the show. If that's your problem with the show, don't watch it. All right, go crawl in a corner somewhere and do what Andrew Tate's doing right now, dropping the soap in prison and enjoying it because you know who he is.
You need to stop.
What? Andrew Tate sucks. I hope he's enjoying jail.
Stop it.
Stop what? What?
Stop it.
Stop what? Why? Why I gotta stop? I'm gonna keep going. We gonna move to our next review?
Yeah, so we're actually going to talk about The Last of Us. Spoiler alert, guys, if you have not watched this series.
Watch episode 1.
Yes, watched episode 1 on HBO or HBO Max. Turn off the podcast now. We'll see you next week. So,
what?
All right. What the fuck? So I'm sure wife.
Hey, baby. Wait for the camera. Hey, hi.
Why are you doing this?
Okay. Love you.
I mean, I just heard her go, what the hell was that? Okay, so The Last of Us. This is based off of the 2013 video game that was released on PlayStation 3. Like I said, back in 2013. It stars.
It's been re-released on PS4 and re-released again.
Wait, let me finish. Oh, wait, no. Oh, okay, you want to do it like that. So The Last of Us is a 2013 action survival game that was released on PS3. The Last of Us Remastered is a survival game that was released on the PS4 in 2014. The Last of Us Part 1 Remake was released on PS5 and PC, November of 2022, and now we're getting the show. I actually saw a meme that said me being triggered in 2013, 2014, 2022, and 2023, and it was Joel and Sarah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Episode 1, titled When You're Lost in the Darkness.
So I'm jumping right to it because the trigger part, because we might as well. We want to get to that.
We're going to talk about the whole thing as the whole first episode
and sequence.
Yes, because I listen to podcasts, so I actually have a few tidbits about the show. Because I listened to the Prestige podcast on the Ringer and the actual Last of Us official podcast with Troy Baker, who provided the voice of Joel in the video games, and Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann. So, episode 1, When You're Lost in the Darkness, directed by Craig Mazin, who was also the creator of Chernobyl.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yes. Written by Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann. And Neil Druckmann is the co-head of Naughty Dog Studios, who also wrote and created the video game.
Yes.
All right. And this stars Pedro Pascal as Joel Miller, who I've already talked about. I'm not going there again. Bella Ramsey as
he did a good job. Williams.
He did do a good job, but that's not. Shut up. All right. Nico Parker as Sarah Miller. John Hannah as Dr. Newman. Merle Dandridge as Marlene, who actually auditioned to be Marlene when the game first originally came out. See, a little fun fact you find out when you listen to podcasts. Josh Brenner, who is the host of our Soft Open. Christopher Heiderell as Dr. Schonenheis. Brad Leland as Mr. Adler. Marsha Bennett as Mrs. Adler. Brandon Fletcher as Robert. Jerry Wasserman as Abe. Anna Torv as Tess. Gabriel Luna as Tommy Miller, Wendy Gorling as Nana. That's pretty much the key characters for now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what we're going to try to do is, how much do you remember of the first game and the opening prologue and whatnot?
Well, the open prologue isn't that long.
I know, but we're going to try to do a compare and contrast. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, I know,
right.
I remember a lot of stuff. Yeah, so.
Okay. So, open prologue of the game. You start off as Sarah. You do a few things here and there. You got to get ready for school. It's Joel's birthday. This is more or less the same thing that happens at the beginning of the series. The only difference is the prologue is maybe about 10 or 15 minutes long, but the show also starts with a soft open that takes place in like the 1960s on a talk show. And there's a geneticist talking about, pandemics and things.
Epidemiologist.
Yes. Thank you. An epidemiologist was talking about, things that will happen or could possibly happen. And one of the things he says is there's a possibility of fungus outbreak, which will take control of things and that nature and blah, 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 blah. And so it is 2003, where Sarah is basically bothering Joel because Joel, I don't know. I just really wish like we would get like some type of backstory of what happened with his wife because it's not discussed in any of the games. There's no comic books that tie into it or anything like that.
I mean, she might have just left him. It's not a big deal. Mm-hmm. The point is he's a single father.
Yeah, so Joel is a single father who is still struggling to take care of his daughter. Like
I don't think he's struggling. I think they have a good thing going. Actually,
I mean they do have a good thing going, but it's to the point where
she seems pretty. Yeah, but she has a good head on her shoulders. They have a good relationship. Yeah. He's got the house that's owned. It's not like they have their bills all piling up on him. I think he's doing a good job. All right, considering what happened, it sucks. But yeah, I think he was doing a good job up to that point.
It's like, bro, your shirt's on backwards. I mean, I'm
Negro, pretty sure. You don't sit there and say you don't get your belt on backwards sometimes?
No, because I actually I wash my shirts inside out, and when they all dry, I put them outside in.
Okay, well, Bernard doesn't ever do that by accident, but us normal people who aren't sociopaths do that sometimes. All right, and then we catch it.
I'm not a sociopath. Hi, Lex. So yeah, so we get a little bit more of what's going on. And so, from a bird's eye view, if you didn't know anything about this game or about the show at all, like you didn't look at any teasers, promotion, play the game, or anything like that, you would think Sarah would be the lead in this TV series. Then, lo and behold, later on in that evening, Joel and Sarah fall asleep watching the movie. And
you're getting to watch. So watch was in both properties also.
Okay. So yes, Sarah got Joel's watch fixed because he wouldn't do it for himself. So yeah, the watch is actually a key part. So thank you for reminding me of that. So later on that evening, like panic ensues in the neighborhood, and in the game, they all go outside and see what's what. But in the series, Sarah goes to the neighbor's house. Oh man, we got to talk about Nana and how the dog already knew she was gone.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So yes, people, that is the thing with animals. Dogs can tell when you're sick or when you're dead. So the dog already knew what was up. And why would you run in the house when you see the dog both out there like a bat out of hell?
Well, okay, she's known those people forever, so she had to check on them.
I don't know. I ain't going in there. I'm not going in that damn house.
So if I was next door, you wouldn't check on me and mine?
If your cats run out like crazy, I mean, do your cats run outside now? Like if you leave the door open?
No, exactly. So you know something wrong. My cats are house cats. If they're outside and they're scared and they're not going back in the house, you know something's up. So you wouldn't go check on me.
No, I'm gonna just knock on the door. Hey, Samir,
you good? And I don't answer. What if I don't answer?
Calling the police.
This old fly. You see this dude over here? He ain't gonna come in and save me. I could be all strapped up, getting murderized by a home invasion, and you not gonna have my back.
So I gotta possibly die too?
I would just like some help. All right. I'm getting my ass whooped in there. All right. They ask me where the safe at. All right. And then you not even gonna help me.
Samir, have you ever been on a plane?
Yes.
What do they tell you when they do the emergency safety video?
Well, they say you should help yourself before you help someone else because you're more effective when you can help someone. Yeah. In your case, you can good. So you can think good. Go grab the burner. And I'm gonna help my boy. That's what you should be thinking because you got time to premeditate your rescue. Okay,
that's what I was trying to get to. I'm obviously going to call the cops, go get the burner, and while I'm waiting for them, hopefully I don't get shot up when the cops come.
All right. Well, this is America, so don't show the burner.
Exactly,
because they gonna think you probably did it.
Like Donald Glover said, "This is America." I'm like, I called the cops, but Dana runs out the house, chasing Sarah, and Joel goes at her with a wrench. And keep in mind, Joel was not there because he had to go bail Tommy out of jail again.
Yeah. Well, this time wasn't his fault, but yeah.
Yeah. According to Tommy, it wasn't his fault. There's three sides to every story. Tommy's side, whoever's side.
No, he described it. It was an infected who jumped a.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It really wasn't his fault. He was defending a waitress. So Tommy is known as a liar. So when he says, "Yeah, I was defending a waitress and I got put in jail because of that," it wasn't his fault.
Yeah. So chaos ensues. It's messed up what they did to the neighbor. Told him to go back in the house and just left like.
And they're like, "Jesus, Joe, what's wrong with you?" And like they see him in the back review mirror getting messed up. It's like, oh, they messed up. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so at this point, the Millers are in survival mode. They're trying to get the hell out of Texas. Downtown Texas is a mess. They try to go out on the road, on the back road. They obviously get stopped by a cop.
Obviously.
And one of the most triggering things in the video game, after the truck crashes and Joe's carrying Sarah through town, they come across the
soldier.
Yeah, an army, a soldier. And he gets the order to take them out. And
that's why I don't trust the military.
Joe gets shot and Sarah dies.
Joe gets winged. Like it doesn't go in. It grazes him.
Did it graze him?
Yeah, it grazed his side. Like it didn't go in.
Oh, okay. All right. And yeah, Sarah dies. So,
it hit you see it coming and it still hits you like a truck.
Yeah. So, here's my question. Because the way this was shot, do you think she was dead when, we saw her like already panting and everything? Or do you think like Joel was still just imagining that she was still alive?
What do you mean? No, she was bleeding out. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, you can bleed out when you're dead too, Samir.
No, but she was conscious while bleeding out, and that's what made her expire. The loss of blood.
Okay.
Like, what do you think? Like, what are you talking about?
That's
never been implied.
No, but that's been a debate online. That's why I asked.
Who's debating this? Why would the game give Joe psychosis?
It was on there. It was on there when it was trending last week when the episode aired. So, like, I saw like that being a huge question of debate.
That doesn't make any sense because they never implied that in the entire time in the game.
We're not talking about the game now. We're talking about this show. And
the same thing. And they never implied that he
that watch that she got fixed for him was broken. And the biggest consensus is that's the moment he died. Like, his world stopped.
Yes, that is true.
Yes.
The watch breaking.
And so we jump forward to 20 years later, where we see a child being interrogated by soldiers who are with the organization Fedra. And they ask him, how long have you been out? We're just going to give you some food, some clothes and everything. They scan him. His test comes back negative, and I'm pretty sure they gave him a lethal injection.
Yeah.
And so
hopefully it was painless.
Yeah. And so we cut to Boston because at this point Joel's in Boston. We don't know where Tommy is just yet. And Joel is one of the few people disposing of expired bodies. And we see in the truck after one lady says she can't do it, that the kid who we just saw was on that truck. And fun fact, that's where the episode was supposed to end.
Why was it supposed to end there?
I don't know. They just wanted to end it on a cliffhanger like that. But yeah, so we later on we find out that Tess got beat up by a few goons by this man named Robert.
Just like in the game?
Yeah, just like in the game, who they bought a battery from. And later on you find out that I like the fact that they it's still not, it's kind of implied, but it's not out on Front Street that Tess and Joel are in some type of relationship.
It's most definitely implied.
I said it's implied, but I said it's not.
It's
like
obvious.
Directed.
It's obvious.
Yeah, but
they're basically okay. So what's not obvious is whether they love each other.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah. Now it is implied that they are in a physical and convenience relationship. Okay. Yes. So when the guys are saying, "Yo, we don't want your man coming after us," like that, clearly they're in something, and clearly Joel has has some feelings if someone roughs her up, obviously, because that's the person
which we find out later on
cohabitating with. So there's some kind of attachment there.
Yeah.
And if you recall, I don't know. Okay, tiny spoiler. Are we doing? How far are these spoilers going to go? If I reference the game,
all spoilers. We are literally a week from when the episode aired. So spoilers.
So should we assume the audience has played the game.
No, we can talk about things in the game, though. I mean, do you think?
Yeah, but that hadn't appeared yet in the show.
No, we're just talking about things related to the episode that can also be parallel. Okay,
this is technically
so don't talk about So don't talk about anything past what happened in this episode, and try to remember what happened at this moment in the game. So just try to keep it isolated to that. So don't talk about like what happened at the end of the game.
So, well, regardless, their relationship, it clearly there's some affection there. You don't see much of it. There's not much PDA involved, but they sleep in the same bed. They definitely have been physical before, and they live in the same apartment.
Freaking bricks on cinder blocks.
It's at least a mattress. Oh, also, the one thing people don't talk about in the post-apocalyptic world is manufacturing stops. Okay, the things you take for granted that won't be manufactured anymore. Oh my God, you will lose your mind. So disposables, everything, disposable razors, disposable hygiene products. Just packaging. All right, where are you going to put your shampoo if you had any shampoo? Where's your shampoo going to come from?
Yeah, like Joel said when he gave the guy the hydro. I need
that bag back. I'm gonna need that bag back because where do you get bags from? It's like just crazy. So mattresses, we take that for granted. We got to swap in mattresses every 7 years because they get laden down with dead skin. They're not comfortable anymore. They get all crushed. That mattress must suck.
Yeah.
Oh God, shoes. What the heck, shoes? Like what?
Clothes.
Yeah. Well, clothes might be easier to manufacture because you can sew those up, but shoes are hard.
Yeah.
We're all walking with weird makeshift sandals,
But
bullets, like guns and bullets. People say, "Oh, let's."
Well, don't forget that's what they said. That's what they make in Alabama. I mean, not Alabama, Atlanta. Drugs and bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, because as long as you get the force going, and and there's people who are skilled enough that can work together and get it going. So yeah, and then same thing with drugs. So you could manufacture drugs once you get a base going. That's true. There's some things that could keep going as long as there's power and there's facility.
Yeah, and we cut to.
But again, it goes back to manufacturing because there's a lot of. I would imagine there's a lot of plastics and glass and other things like that go into manufacturing drugs.
Possibly.
So, who knows?
Yeah. All right. And so now we get our first cut of Ellie, who is going by, what she said her name was again? Victoria?
Veronica.
Yeah, I knew it started with a V. And obviously they're running tests on her, and we also get our first look at Marlene, who says that, this girl is important for a reason. We don't know why yet. But, we obviously find out, but those of us who played the game, we know why. And,
well, they tell you really quickly why also.
No.
Yeah, they imply it. Even before the reveal, they imply it. Because she's like, am I going to die? No. So I'm okay. Looks like it. And then they said, well, can I go? And then she explained why she couldn't go.
But yeah, so Marlene actually has a run-in with Robert while Joel and Tess are going to, handle business with Robert, and it just becomes a whole shootout. And Marlene gets shot in the gut. Her homegirl, whose name I cannot remember.
Yeah, her ear's gone.
Yeah, her ear got shot off. Kim lost a whole ear. I like the part. Kim, shut the fuck up. You don't even have an ear right now.
That was so mean.
Yeah, and we talk about how Ellie tried to get the one up on Joel and he slammed her up against the wall.
I mean, she came out of nowhere screaming like a little banshee. I don't know what she thought was going to happen.
Yeah. But, so Marlene said, what's the word? Deputized Joel to transport Ellie to the Fireflies, and she promised him a car, food, and clothes? Food, water, and clothes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, batteries, guns, stuff, equipment, a truck.
Yeah.
They promised a lot.
Yeah.
And post-apocalyptic world, they'd be rich.
They're basically the mother load.
Yeah.
So he's like, fine, we'll do it or whatever. And they rest up. keep in mind the military officer who he sold the hydro to told him don't come out tonight. And yeah, they still went out anyway, and they got caught by said officer, and he was literally going by the book this time, and Ellie decided to break left and shank him with the knife, and Joel literally had a flashback of when Sarah died and just went ape shit.
Yeah, the old man strength.
Bro, 50 is not old man.
Dude, Joel Miller got that old man strength. He hit that dude with the 2-piece combo, no biscuit, and he was done. I'm sorry. They didn't shoot that guy. He got curb stomped.
Combo. He basically punched that guy's face into his skull.
Yeah, because of old man strength.
But we also found out that Ellie was bit because the test shows up positive, and she tells them that she was bitten 3 weeks ago. So, yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on the series so far?
It's a near perfect adaptation.
Yeah. I don't really have that many negative things to say. My only issue, like I said, well, they made a few changes. So they changed it from spores in the air to fungi.
The fungi or spores, always, yeah. Where do you think spores come from? It's not fungi.
Yeah, but they just changed it directly to fungi as opposed to spores themselves.
But they always were fungi. It's just, and fungi reproduce in spores. It's always been spores.
Samir, I'm telling you what Neil Druckmann, the creator of the show and the game, said. They changed it from fungi. From spores to fungi. It was just supposed to be a mysterious fungus. A mysterious spore in the game, but they changed it to fungi because this is.
Yeah, I know.
I get it. Quit. You're overthinking it right now.
I'm not overthinking. I'm just saying they just basically made the.
You're going extra scientific.
The terminology. Yeah, but the terminology.
I'm just telling you what they said, man.
It's always been spore. It's always been fungus. Even when they called it just spores, the infected morphed into fungi. They had mushrooms on their heads, for God's sake. It's always been fungi or fungi. Okay, I'm just saying. That's not really a change. That's not a change. It's always been spores.
Okay, you can tweet Neil Druckmann and be like, "Hey, man, you've been wrong this whole time."
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's not a change. They basically cleaned up the terminology a little bit. That's it. I would hardly call that a change. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I already talked about my disdain of Pedro Pascal playing this role, despite the fact that
he did a great job. Did a great job. Great. With a capital G.
I'm nitpicking, but Bella Ramsey just got a big forehead, and that's kind of distracting.
Wow, leave that girl alone.
I'm just saying, it's like it goes down to the bridge of her nose, and it's just like that's all I see.
And
I know she can't help that.
She's an amazing actress.
And I know she can't help that.
She's doing an amazing job. Everyone loves her. I don't know if she's
an amazing job, but that's all I can't help but see.
Well, that's your problem. That's your fault. All right?
Yeah.
Everyone booed this man. You should feel bad.
Sounds
all
good.
Right.
But so what did we rate this first episode?
I rated
what were you about to say?
10.0. I say I rated 10.0.
You know, you can just say 10. You don't have to add the 0.0 unless you're adding a point, whatever, to that.
The 10.0.
Shut up, Samir. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9, just because of the simple fact that I found out listening to the Last of Us podcast, this was actually supposed to be the first 2 episodes. And they just decided to change it to one long hour-and-a-half episode. And like I said, a little bit of disdain for Pedro Pascal playing this. Boy, Pedro Pascal is in his tropes now, man. He got 2 shows where it's lone wolf and cub trope. So this is The Mandalorian.
Yeah,
he's about to be typecasted like crazy. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say in regards to this episode, but it was good. You guys can watch the last of it tonight at 9 p.m. on HBO or HBO Max. The one thing I said I hate about HBO Max is, hey, when midnight comes, I should be able to watch this damn show. Okay? I don't want to have to actually wait until real time when it actually airs. But yeah, guys, that is it for this episode of the Angry Blerds. We gave you almost 2 hours of content. So this is Bernard, aka the Scarlet Spider, aka the guy who's being threatened online. Get a life, man.
I mean, it's not that serious. You're not. It's not.
Once again, he DM'd me from 2 pages. Follow our Instagram.
No, it's
page.
weird. It's definitely weird.
Follow your personal Instagram.
Look, he definitely got beat.
Follow our Twitter. Follow our TikTok. I wouldn't be surprised if he's following you on Twitter right now.
He definitely got beat. I'm just saying. What's up? Hey. Oh yeah, there's Rihanna, and this is Samir, the Kick in Black.
And we are the Angry Blerds podcast.
Yeah, join us next time. Same Blerd channel, same Blerd network.
All right, guys. So next week I will be reviewing the Teen Wolf movie. I really think Samir should watch it, or at least watch the first episode of Wolfpack. This has nothing to do with Teen Wolf. This is actually based off of a book by a Canadian author. Like I said, the show stars Sarah Michelle Gellar, and that will also be dropping on January 26th. So I will be reviewing both those things. Hopefully, Samir will join me in the review of Wolfpack. At the very least. All right, and we will be doing episode 2 of The Last of Us as well next week. So, guys, be sure to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hi, Lex. And we will see you next week. Samira, tell the people goodbye.
All right.
And I was like,
Peace.
why are you so obsessed with me?